Superficial baby care. No, super efficient baby care. I'll articulate. I've genuinely thought about this considering I like talk all day for a living. Thank you all for being here. I'll articulate. I should do those like articulation exercises. I'll articulate. I should do those like articulation exercises. I'll articulate. I should do those like articulation exercises. I'll articulate. I should do those like articulation exercises. Sally sells seashells at the seashore. Sally sells seashells at the seashore. I say tennis shoes. I'm trying to think of the other like regional. I say roundabout. I'll articulate. I should do those like articulation exercises. I'll articulate. I should do those like articulation exercises. I'll articulate. I should do those like. Hello, there it is. My audio was being funny. Anyway, I just made my coffee and I'm about to get started. Oops, this is elevator time. What's up, buddy? Supposes his toes. I get my attention for something. Who knows though, because we don't speak the same language. Anyway, I'll see you very soon. So on and so forth. Where did you go, girl? I'll articulate. I'll articulate. Hello. Welcome to my Twitch stream. My hair is still wet. My name is Abby Russell, and we are on a challenge to have 100 babies. So, I'm looking forward to it.
Do you like Granny Smith apples, Abby?
I do. My favorite kind of apple.
Mine too.
They're the best. They're so tart. They're so crispy. I don't want one of those nasty-ass, mushy yellow ones. You know what I mean? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Honestly, I feel like it's strawberries for me. Strawberries for me.
Oh, yeah.
Raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Honestly, I feel like it's strawberries for me. Okay, everyone. Strawberries for me. Okay, gamers.
Oh, yeah.
Raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and
Are you
strawberries.
ready?
Honestly,
Come
I
on
feel
up, Tater.
like
You can
it's
come up, buddy.
strawberries for me.
You can come up.
Strawberries for me.
3, 2, 1. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Tater Tot, are you coming up top or no? I don't need my blanket. Wow, it really... I threw it hoping it would fall in a lump on the floor, but it really spread itself out. I'm also ready for some art. I love Sister Wendy. Maybe we'll make Sister Wendy in The Sims when we're done with all of this. Hello, Change the Lights. Hello, friends. How are we all doing today? Well, I hope. Oh, I'm so hungry. I should eat something. After. I shall eat after. Sister Wendy emote. Oh, man. Oh, man. I want to look her up and read all about her, but I'm worried that I'll discover, one, she's dead, and two, I don't know, that might be a fun thing to save for, like, when we're done with her little art journey. Let me find. The sweater is comfy. I don't remember where it's from. I think it was a gift, but it is really comfy. Sister Wendy on PBS. Okay. I do need to find the YouTube Sister Wendy episode 2. Sister Wendy. All right. 2 of 10. We got a full playlist going. Boop. Gonna pause it. Gonna move it over here. But anyway, I want to chat with the party people first. Yes, I love Sister Wendy, but I love you all more. Come here, Tater. Ooh, good stretch. Mwah. I love you, buddy. Somebody barfed this morning, but he did a great job and just did it on the hardwood floor and not on my sheets and not on my couch. And I really appreciate that, Tater. He's biting my hand currently. Anyway, am I becoming a nun? You know, the night is young. Cat also barfed this morning. Oh, Tater, you probably do want this. So Tater Tot, let me show you. He's going to get excited, but So I got Tater Tot a toy with a feather attachment. He has since, do you want to look at it? Completely destroyed the feather attachment. Which also seems, I mean, it seems good. Clearly he likes it. I did get, how do I did get a sparkly attachment. Let's see if this lasts longer. Tater Tot, you want some sparkles? Really hard to open. Yeah, I agree. I'd rather no eating disorders in chat, please. Okay. All right, Tate. Let's get this little party favor onto here for Tater Tot. Is this what you guys hoped would happen when you tuned into my stream? Ow, 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 it hurts my finger. Tater, this thing hurts my finger. My delicate little hands. It's so funny. I meet people who do shit with their hands, and I make pottery, which is okay, he's into the sparklers. Anyway, I make pottery, which is literally just keeping my hands in mud all day, which, I don't know. It's fun. So I just have really soft, little delicate hands that don't do hard labor. I don't know. I just think it's funny sometimes when it's Jesus, I don't do anything. Wow, this is a new sensation, huh, Tater? He's quite enjoying this, though. Too bad y'all can't see it. He's going wild down here. Like a party, Tater Tot. Please don't destroy this one, and don't swallow any of these things, okay? I don't think he swallowed any of the... Ooh, he caught it. Anyway, I'm getting distracted playing with my cat. Tater Tot, why don't you kill it so I can pretend it's dead and we can move on? Do y'all ever do that with your pets? I gotta let Tater Tot catch it, and then it'll die. Tater, catch it. Jesus. Little man. Kill it. Oh. Kill it, Tater. Trying to make it so easy for him. Oh, there we go. He caught it. It's dead. You killed it, Tater. It's dead. It's dead. Catfishing. Yeah. Anyway, you don't know who Sister Wendy is? I'll show you who Sister Wendy is. Shall we get started? Boop. And then I go boop. We can see how the levels are. I'm going to turn this down an inch. Ooh, this one might have closed captions. The last one I don't think did. It seems like this one does, which is... That's Sister Wendy. She's incredible. I really love her very much. I also have coffee this morning. Iced latte. My favorite part of the intro is when she fades in and out like a ghost. Is she in different places for this one? I don't remember. Ugh. The Call Me By Your Name window. Brooklyn Bridge! That one also does make me genuinely happy, because I'm like, that's where I live! See? She's a ghost! She's a ghost! Goodbye, Sister Wendy! Tater loves a sparkly toy, which is good news. Okay, Italy!
Any story worth telling needs heroes. But for over 1,000 years, art didn't have any heroes.
What?
Or if it did, their names have vanished into oblivion. And suddenly, out of nowhere,
Coffee is delicious,
came a
by the
man
way.
who would change all that. Legend has it he was just a humble shepherd, and his name was Giotto.
Oh, I thought he was going to say Jesus Christ. Giotto, I think? I don't think it was Cutter. Crank Sister Wendy up. Can do.
The shepherd boy, spotted drawing
How's
a
that?
perfect sheep by a passing artist, whisked away to fame and fortune. Ah, but that's the legend. What we do know for sure is that Giotto was suddenly the most famous artist in Italy. And he was
Giotto.
employed by the infamous moneylenders, the Scrovegni family, who built the Arena Chapel in Padua to atone for their sins.
Classic.
People
Give money to the
flocked
church so you can go to
there
heaven.
See Giotto's own miracle, the drama of the Christian stories, painted as never before.
Tater Tot's loving this toy, by the way. Wow, they're all crying! This is fun. Oh, there's a bunch of bodies on the ground. Oh, Jesus. Do they still do this in churches? These, kind of murals are great. Oh, there's what's his face did that, this Bible story. So good. There's a great art explained about it.
Then Giotto
Forget his
gives
name.
them television. People were bowled over. They came in here. and walked around looking at all these great human dramatic stories. There was the kiss, warm, tender.
Hubba hubba ding ding.
And there was violence, cold human cruelty. There's a young couple getting married. There's birth. There's a party. And it was all absolutely real.
Whoa! Dun dun dun!
Just look at the body language here. You don't need to know the Christian story to know what Giotto is painting. He's painting that deep, passionate sorrow we feel when somebody we love is dead. There's nothing kind of weepy-waily about here. It's strong, overwhelming grief, and everybody's showing it in a different way. The two men at the end, stiff upper lip, and the young man who just can't believe in death. And
Damn.
central, of course, there's the end.
Peter Tyler's
The
going
one who
crazy with this
always
story right now.
knows the mother, holding him with those limp, defeated hands,
Oh, this
and
is
just
sad.
looking at him without a tear.
This is sad. Anyway, Nick Nax, thank you
And
for
that
subscribing.
carries us, of course, onto the
Perfect timing.
angels,
Just to
that
see Jesus.
extraordinary invention of Giotto's. Fizzing away there in the sky, little fireballs of energy and passion and anguish. I can almost hear eerie little bat squeaks coming from them as they tear their
Whoa.
clothes and tear their hair and make faces. And this is particularly strange because Giotto wasn't the kind of man who really understood angels. What he understood was the human.
Does anyone understand
Making religion
angels?
seem part of our world, solid and tender and real.
That is something I really enjoy. Is like, I wish I remembered. Oh man, there's like I gotta find this great art explained about art explained. Is it Caravaggio? Caravaggio's painting. I'm just gonna show you Caravaggio. Jesus Kiss. I learned about this painting in that Great Art Explained. It's so good. And I walked away being like, I want to learn about Jesus, which is kind of exactly what the painting's supposed to do. Just pulling up a picture of it. Here it is. I think it is so gorgeous. Caravaggio. Anyway, I also think like it's kind of in the modern clothes of the time. I'm not totally sure on that because I don't really know enough about history for that. But I'm like, I wonder if people are making modern Jesus art in modern clothes because I feel like we hear about Jesus so distantly. And I want to preface this again by saying I'm really not religious at all. I don't believe in God, but I find it very fascinating. But I'm like, if the whole point of like religious art is sort of propaganda and kind of making people relate to it, wouldn't it work better if like we saw this story but in like a modern setting? I don't know. I'm just thinking aloud, okay? In the outfield, what? They dressed up for these types of paintings. My favorite thing about Caravaggio was that he was a massive dingleberry. I don't know much about him. I mean, it seemed like he was like kind of like an alternative whatever, sort of in like, I don't follow the rules, and because of that, I died young. Isn't Jesus being white a big part of that? Not being white, but being represented as white. Oh, actually. Interesting. Actually, all my work is modernized Bible stories. Oh, Hungry. I see it. Man, Hungry, have you ever done Drag as Jesus? I think you should go for it. I have, okay, this is more of a Silence of the Lambs than a Jesus thing, but there's like the Silence of the Lambs. He's got like the rib tattoos with like where Jesus was cut, and I'm always a little like, maybe I'll get one of those one day. Maybe. Also, Hungry, I promised to show you my tattoos at one point. Also, your friend Jose gave me a couple. That one on my thigh. I'm covered in them. I also have one on my ribs. Anyway, I just really love this piece of art, and I'm very curious if anybody's making art modern in the same way about Jesus. Jesus, body ruined. I know. I'm going to hell for it, and I'm glad to do so. Anyway.
Angels, he'd never seen an angel. And when it came to painting them, this is how he usually...
You think Sister Wendy has tattoos?
Look, the best he can do are two podgy human beings with wings on them. And because they're just sitting there doing nothing,
Maybe we should
he
call
really
it Podgy.
can't get up much interest in them. What interests him is the story, as always, the story and what's happening. Here are all the soldiers, those great male supine, lost in sleep, missing it all. And in the middle, this marvelous Mary Magdalene, that wonderful profile, lost in that eternal gesture of longing. And she's longing for Christ, and he is saying to her, he is leaving. He's looking at her, but his body is already carrying him out of this picture.
So everyone's
He is
making really
saying
good
to her,
jokes about what kind of tattoo she has. And I would legit love a tramp stamp. I want a tramp stamp for me. I don't have one, but maybe one day.
Giotto was lucky to be born at a time when it was the Italian cities that were setting
Oh
the
yeah.
pace in
Crunch Slam Chest, you're back. I got the Soda Stream going. I really have so much Soda Stream that it's starting to hurt my teeth and I have to pull back. Otherwise, I would have one right now. I want you to know that, Crunch Slam Chest. I freaking love my Soda Stream. Thank you very much. But Jesus in Fortnite, oh my god, you joke. What I want in Fortnite is I want all of the first ladies. I want every first lady in Fortnite. I think that would be so fun. Don't do the presidents, just the first ladies. Ugh, just the first ladies. You have to pitch in for dental. I'll have dental insurance in the new year. I would love a tramp stamp, but I love my little lower back dimples. So you can do them like around the dimples. I thought. Anyway.
medieval Europe.
Tater Tot,
They
you coming up or
enjoyed
what, buddy?
nothing better than showing off to one another on the battlefield.
What is this?
Or
Medieval
less
times?
dangerously,
What's going on
with
here?
colourful pageants, which can still be seen today.
Why she got a big stick?
Siena had just won an unexpected victory over its more powerful rival, Florence. And what better way to celebrate than by ordering a great painting from the city's
Mary, no, don't do
champion
it.
artist.
I don't know why, but this joke really kills
If
me every
Florence
time.
had jotted
Not
it,
appropriate.
Then its fierce rival,
Oh.
Siena, also had a great painter, Duccio. The city was immensely proud of him, and the city fathers commissioned him to paint an enormous painting, the Maestra, the Madonna in Majesty. And when it was finished, they all assembled at the
Art
studio,
time.
singing
Thank
and
you, Rose
dancing
Skull.
and ringing the bells to carry it to the Duomo.
What's most embarrassing type of fart? I think the most embarrassing type of fart is a loud,
Duccio
wet
was
one.
older
One that's
and more
loud and wet,
conventional than
and you
Giotto.
gotta get up and be like, I
He
shit my pants a little bit.
transformed conventions.
And people know.
Gold leaf had traditionally
Okay.
been used in religious painting, but when
Anybody read in
Duccio
gold?
used it, he did so to
Be
make a
curious,
point,
too.
to show where the worlds of heaven and earth meet, but do not mingle. He was a Gothic artist, and for the Gothic artist, humanity took second place to the beautiful
hot
but
topic.
remote world of heaven.
I love old baby Jesus when he looks like he's 40, but he's got a tiny little baby body. I also really do love that old
And here it
Halo
is,
way they do it.
still in
Sort of
Siena.
around the glowing head like
But
that.
alas, not in the spaciousness of the cathedral, and double alas, not as Duccio painted it. It was a huge work, a kind of arena chapel in miniature, with the whole story of Christ and his mother in small pictures above and below and at the sides and at the back. And sometime in the 18th century, some dafty decided to cut bits off. So what we've got here is a picture without the frame and sadly mutilated.
Oh, I love when she's like, they fucked this art up. Anyway, RJ Lee says, it's been a while since I've watched, and I've forgotten the production actually quite good. It's a good show. It also feels like TV that can't be made nowadays, where it's just like, here's a random nun who became an art historian, and we gave her a TV show. That must have been so expensive to make. Like, she travels the world. Like, they put her on freaking balconies and in boats for just, like, one shot. Like, they fucking put money into this, and I really am a big fan. Anyway.
But still beautiful. It's Duccio's vision of what it is to be in heaven. No noise, no excitement, just stillness, just lost in peace.
Hubba ting.
All the
Tater
saints
tot.
here are the saints dear to the Sienese. And if you just home in on one, you can see the wonderful spiritual beauty with which he painted them. Look at little St. Agnes at the end. Giotto would have
Who?
been interested in this 14-year-old saint as a person, whether she got on with her mother and what her school marks were like. And if she
Wait,
had
did they have school marks back then? 1, 2. Were saints people? Or if they're people, why do they have halos? Are they people who are sort of being like, hey, you're so good to Jesus on earth that we're going to make you like a halo? Is that what it is? Anyway, lust and peace is an incredible combination of words. That's so true. And I would have it as a tramp stamp.
bad
Okay.
teeth, but not
Oh.
Duccio. It's
bad
Agnes
what?
as a symbol of innocence, with the lovely pure lines of her face and the cascades of her robes. And the way she stands there, not as an individual, a specific Agnes, but as
Hungry says I'm so fascinated by me being wildly unreligious. Truly, I was not around religion at all. I don't understand how it works, but I do love religious art. I love religious art and I love old churches. Like, oh my god, with the big organ, I think they're so fun. But I don't understand how it works. I also love Benedetta and nuns. And I do like the sound of music. Does that count?
symbol of
Since I hate the nun parts. Oh my god, anytime the nun's like, climb every mountain, I'm like, skip, bye, see you never.
innocence, taken up into the joy of heaven. While Giotto had the gift of bringing the characters of the Christian story down to our level,
Okay.
Duccio somehow manages to raise us up to theirs. Looking at Duccio is an immensely spiritual and calming experience. And one thinks, what a gentle man he must have been.
Okay, now I'm just thinking about religion. And can you still become a saint? Like, are people still becoming saints nowadays, or do we not do that? Like, could we make Sister Mary or Sister Wendy a saint? I keep calling her Sister Wendy. Like, yes, you can still become a saint? Are there new saints? Like, how do they become spread? Do they put them on the necklaces? Specific requirements. Oh my gosh. You'd have to perform a miracle. Miracle of this PBS TV show. Wow. There are still saints, and I was the perfect path to become one. Great. Great.
But in fact,
Miracle of
he
being
was
a
the
gamer.
most turbulent of artists, always in trouble. He wouldn't take up arms in defense of the city. He wouldn't pay his taxes. In fact, as far as Siena was concerned, he was a wouldn't.
What?
Siena needed loyal citizens. She was a new republic. No king.
Wow, the captions are really going wild on this one.
Here, the elected council ruled from the People's Palace, the magnificent Palazzo Pubblico, which is still the local town hall. Government was taken immensely seriously. The 9 councillors sat in this splendid council chamber in the presence of an extraordinary painting by Ambrosio Lorenzetti with the political message to inspire
Mutator.
or to warn. As you enter,
Can animals
you're
become
confronted
saints?
by
Could Tater be a
bad
saint?
government.
Whoa!
Tyranny rules. The
Shit.
walls are crumbling, no woman is safe in the streets, there's robbery, violence, terror.
Shit.
But on this wall, in all its
Saint Tater,
splendor,
Saint her.
is a panorama of good government.
Bernard. Oh, Bernard became saints.
Now,
I was like,
Lorenzetti had a
really?
technical problem, because there were 2 centers to this. One was justice, because the republic was based upon every person being treated equally.
Really?
And
Back
there
then?
she is, the great queen, even-handedly distributing justice, with cords leading
Interesting.
down to agreement.
Would feel like
The community
the history I
consensus on
know.
what was right. And these cords
not the
are
case
held
today.
by 24 ordinary Sienese, topped by the 9 with their fur caps, which lead the eye along to the virtues that make a republic. Splendid in
we
the
canonized some saints in October this year. Oh
is
my
the
God.
great patriarchal figure.
I
of
should be
community
a saint for
spirit.
being the only
All
gamer
the
who's
other
not a
virtues were
virgin.
helpful. Now, perfect
That's a
city
pretty
life,
big miracle, I think.
governed by justice.
That one really tickled me. Do you think Mary,
could it be
Sister Wendy, would have laughed? I keep calling her Mary.
And Ambrosio knew exactly what the perfect city would look like. The perfect city, of course, was Siena.
Oh,
And there
I thought
is
she was going to
its
say heaven.
signature, the Duomo and the tower up at the top. Ambrosio painted it as the city of happiness and order, all its citizens enjoying prosperity, being at peace with themselves, flourishing. There are no clogged drains, no broken windows, no policemen, no
Doesn't
riots,
seem like there are any windows at
just
all.
contented buyers and sellers with their neat
Also, were policemen a thing back then? I mean, I would figure there were like peacekeepers, which are really just like soldiers, right? Tater Tot coming up or what? Oh, there he is. but like, did they have police back then? I
Bulls
guess they
giving
must
onto
have.
clean, unpolluted streets where the local people could enjoy music and dancing.
And when you come through this well-ordered city and pass outside the gates, you find not just a well-ordered countryside, but a recognizable countryside. Now, the interesting thing is that if you come out of Siena today, that's very like what you see. Those steep little hills, those intensely cultivated slopes.
I wonder if we should talk about like a lot of
This
the
was
art
the
from
first time
like
an
ancient
artist
China and
really
ancient
took his own
Japan.
geographical
With these
setting
older
saw
kind
it
of
as full of
shut-in
meaning.
societies.
It's an enchanting picture for us.
Because it all feels
But we
very
have to
like
remember that it was,
Western
in
European.
fact, a supreme feat of avant-garde.
Tater, your ass is
architecture.
in my coffee. Sorry, Tater Tot wants to be rubbed right by the microphone. Okay. Tater Tot, look, it's you, a horse. Dude, I would love to be an art historian. I think art's endlessly fascinating. When I did my web series a billion years ago, my favorite thing, I did an episode about art, and I made Brian David Gilbert, actually, for fans out there. I made him be an artist, and I kept having him describe art things he did, and they were all based on real art. And one of the wildest ones was there's this guy who, like, crawled under a floor and just, like, masturbated while people walked around above him. And that's art, baby! That's art! And I fucking love that. I think that's the best. Isn't that crazy, Tater Tot? You could be an artist, you little freak. Whoa, look at that ladder! Are they gonna make her climb it? Wendy, no, don't! Tater? Tater? Please don't bite my hands.
People were beginning to look at the world around them with fresh
Oh.
eyes.
Smiley burrito,
Hundreds
thank
were
you.
flocking to join the Franciscan brothers, who were living a life of poverty in harmony with nature. In fact, everybody
Honestly, that
was
sounds
inspired by
nice.
St. Francis, the little poor man of Assisi, who called the sun his sister and the wolf his brother.
What?
Now,
Oh, the sun,
a
like
paradox.
sky sun. I was really confused for a
that a
second.
man who felt such intense closeness to the natural world, who scorned material things and lived in absolute poverty, should have been honored on his death with this extravagant memorial.
Wow, that is quite nice.
The enormous basilica of
Do they
St.
still build
Francis
castles?
was decorated
Probably
by
not, right?
all the best painters in Italy. It's almost like a Gothic who's who. The very
Tater
height
Tot's sitting
of
on the
Gothic
mouse.
elegance can be found in the work of Simone Martini. He
Delicious.
painted the Chapel of St. Martin, an early conscientious objector, bringing together Giotto's humanity and the serenity of his teacher Duccio.
Duccio.
Here we've got St. Martin, the Roman soldier. And in the middle of a war, he's decided to become a Christian. And you can see the war. There are the enemy troops all massing, and there are the Roman tents. There are the soldiers getting paid. There are the war horses snorting for battle. And he comes to the emperor and says this is a war of aggression, and he's not going to fight in it. He'll walk before the army
Aren't all wars wars
with
of aggression?
a cross and be
I feel like
killed.
that's a dumb
He will
question.
kill.
But it's a
Now,
war.
for this young man, this
Guess-
is a moment of supreme drama,
Be for defense.
and we see the effect. The emperor's angry astonishment. The man with the wonderful hat, who's rigid with contempt. And right on the end, the soldier who looks with sad disappointment at his friend.
Oh,
And Martin
Thanks
is
for
going
cheering.
to walk away into that empty, barren space.
probably defend the Holy
that
War.
lonely decision.
Okay. What my guess the Holy War is, it's one of two things. One, people came in and were like, you can't be a Christian anymore. And then they had to go to war. Two, wasn't there an angel who like fell from heaven and then became like Lucifer or something? And then everybody paints him really hot. Maybe that when he fell, he like got a bunch of fallen angels and demons and shit to be like, let's fight Jesus. Christians rescuing people from not being Christian. Oh, okay. Aggressively. Interesting. Okay, so it's the other way around. Yeah, that was Lucifer. Okay, so it's not like a spiritual war. I mean, it is a spiritual war, but it's with people, not with like, you know,
That is
angels and shit.
symbolized in the painting. Now, how does Simone treat this? What he doesn't do is pressure us, nudge us towards an emotional reaction. He's utterly restrained. He shows something supremely beautiful. That color. He's one of the great colorists of the world. And he leaves us to sense for ourselves the passion underneath the beauty. And to be so reticent is to me to be a wholly adult artist.
Wow. Okay. Really good movie about Franksian monks, Flowers of St. Francis. Sure, I'll look into it. Okay, what Catholic church are we going to go in next?
And north to the city of Bruges to see the last great flowering of the art of the Middle Ages.
Oh my god, she's in another boat! They keep putting her in boats! I hope every episode has a boat. If it doesn't, I will scream.
Flemish artists were rather different to the Italians.
Okay.
They saw the world differently. They were northerners, far more down to earth, far less idealistic. What they loved painting were the common or garden elements of their own households.
Seems like it'll probably not survive global warming, but wow, I love these old medieval buildings. She's giving boat.
You could say they invented the interior.
Interesting.
They were helped in this rather more domestic approach to painting by the climate. They couldn't paint on damp walls, so they painted on wood. And wood was the perfect background for using oils.
Oil paints are crazy because they take like 500 years to
Oil is
dry.
translucent. It catches the light. It could recreate all the gleaming detail of a wealthy home or a splendid church. And the first great master of oil painting...
Oh,
was
dude,
Jan van
another
Eyck.
Great Out Explained about
His
this one.
technique-
They think that, okay, now I'm just going to recap Great Out Explains. They think what this one is this man is in mourning and this is his dead wife. And that's why she's like looking down. It's the hands, it has things to do with the candles. There's also, this is like very famous because they're like the reflection in the back. But I found that endlessly fascinating that they think this is really like a mourning painting.
created a brilliant and lucid reality. This is one of those unforgettable paintings. Jan van Eyck's portrait of, and here I begin to falter.
Ooh.
Is it of the Arnolfini marriage, or of the Arnolfini betrothal, or just portrait of Giovanni Arnolfini and his wife, Giovanna? It's one of those paintings that looks so simple, but the more you look at it, the more you see how rich it is. And to me, rich is the operative word.
Yeah. Nice clothes, nice furs, nice
These
furniture.
are two young
Well, it's
Italians.
also what I learned in the Great Art Explained, which is crazy, which is like, this isn't like their bedroom. This is like the opening room to their house, but it's got like a bed in it because they're just like, we can afford furniture. Freaking wild to me.
Italians
Anyway.
making it in wealthy Bruges. And they want to show that they're making it. Everything here is a status symbol. And we can so easily misread it. We look at that bed and we say, ha-ha. No, no, this isn't a bedroom. This is the reception room, because a bed like that was considered a wonderful piece of furniture and you wanted to display it, not to
See?
use it.
Freaking wild.
And Giovanna's dress. Again, we think we know she's pregnant. Not at all. That's the very latest fashion. With the swelling stomach, a hideous fashion, but still the very latest.
Damn, lady.
Shading
All right. I
down.
like when her opinions peek through and it's like, all right, Sister Mary or Sister Wendy. I keep calling her Sister Mary. I do love this fucking dog, though.
Or because it's the thing to have an expensive little pet dog of no functional value to the household. And the oranges, those costly fruit. Everything here can be read many ways. There's that
Man, I'm so
mirror,
jealous. I want to do what she's
and you can
doing.
see figures reflected in it, one of which must be the artist. And
Travel the
above
world,
it
talk
is
about art.
written, Jan van Eyck was here. And I always think this is a witticism, because never was there a painting when it was not obvious that the painter was there. His eye has made the painting. What you're seeing is what that scalpel-sharp eye of Van Eyck saw.
Damn. Oh shit, they got a little mirror on the wall there. Holy cow, they recreated the room. Damn, this is crazy. I've never seen this
All Van
before.
Eyck's paintings
Is that his
are
actual
about
room or did they
looking,
recreate it?
about reporting. Even
Well,
when he
guess
paints
we'll never know.
the man who held the purse strings for one of the most powerful dynasties in Europe.
Wow, look at that guy's
Chancellor
haircut.
Roland, a man who could make or break any artist. Van Eyck is always detached.
Look at
And
that
for us
baby.
looking on, this detachment may even have a touch of irony. Before you get lost in the beauty of this painting, we should perhaps notice its title,
fucking
The
baby, I
Virgin
love
of
it.
Chancellor Roland. What is Van Eyck getting at? Is this painted in honor of the Virgin or in honor of Chancellor Roland himself?
Don't ask me. I'm stupid.
Chancellor Roland was notorious for taxing the poor.
It was also an
As he
ironic
entered
baby.
his twilight years,
Okay.
he began to worry about the health of his soul.
I wish he just talked about like the architecture. I know that's like, you know, a different thing than Sister Wendy's doing, but like talk about these gargoyles and shit. Man, that's cool.
To ease his conscience, he built a hospital
Maybe he
for
is.
the sick
No,
poor.
she's not.
In the Middle Ages, people came to hospital not to be cured, but to die.
Oh shit.
The
That
nuns who
sucks.
cared for them only knew how to prepare their patients for the next world.
Where'd they come
As
to
the
be cured?
incurable lay here, 3 or 4 to a bed, racked with pain
3 or 4 to a
and
bed?
disease.
Jesus, that sounds.
They
Why would they
could
come
look
there?
to
Just
the
die at
earth
home.
At the end of this room, where Roland had placed a glorious encouragement
Yeah.
for them.
Like, hey y'all, you're going to heaven, okay? Keep dying, all right?
This is the great Last Judgment that Van der Weyden painted for the sick in hospital here. And first
Smiley
of all,
burrito.
with
Thank you for sharing.
wonderful clarity, he shows us what the Last Judgment will be. Angels trumpeting to rouse the dead, Christ there in his majesty as judge, and St. Michael
They always give Jesus like the
weighing
craziest
the
six
dead
pack.
to see whose selfishness is so great that it will drag him downwards.
Shit.
Now you can see that Van der Weyden is as great an artist as Van Eyck. Look at that cloak that St. Michael is wearing, the gleam and the realism of it. But he had one gift that Van Eyck didn't have. He had an extraordinary power to express emotion. Look at the anxious concern on the faces of his saints. Here are none of the stern looks we normally find in Last Judgments. We sense
Oh, shit, that guy's-
anticipation
what the
in
hell
the eyes
happened
of
there?
the dead rising from the earth. Will they follow the grateful blessed, being received by an angel into heaven?
Me.
Or will their consciences be so burdened that they will be drawn down to join the damned? Now here, Van der Weyden does something special. In place of the usual Gothic images of the damned being snatched away by triumphant devils, he shows them taking themselves to the
Oh
fire,
shit.
or dragging each other down.
Damn.
Guilt feelings. They condemn themselves. And there's not a devil in sight.
Ooh. Good work, Sister Mary. Wendy, fuck.
While the people of the Middle Ages were desperately concerned about the worlds to come, they were equally fearful of the present. There was so little in their
Oh, look at that
lives that they
fireplace.
could understand or control, and this terrible uncertainty made them vulnerable to superstition. Their minds were possessed by the image of the world as a battlefield between good
It's kind of wild that she's like, these roofs are superstitious as hell. Anyway, I'm a nun for the Catholic Church.
Good and evil, as we see it
Not to
in
get
the
too
medieval mystery
political here, but
Yet, fear can
Wendy
drive the
Glasshouses and all that.
imagination.
Oh, yes, we're getting to
Take
Bosch. I
your
fucking
anonymous
love Bosch.
His demons come from
Smiley
the
Burrito.
darkest
Thank you for
extremes
the
of
gift stuff.
Gothic vision. They embody the moral anguish of the Gothic mind and all its secret
Dude, I
terrors.
fucking love Bosch. I did a Bosch puzzle. Like, there's, like, you can get puzzles of, like, major art. I got one off of Amazon. It was pretty affordable. But anyway, it was such a good puzzle because, one, the art's amazing. It was his, like, triptych of, like, the Garden of Earthly Delights, I think it's called. But it was also really good because, like, you know a good puzzle, when each of the little pieces, you're like, what is that? And then they form into, like, a thing. Anyway, it was a really good puzzle. I love Bosch. Here we go. His depictions of, like, hell are always like,
In The Temptation of St. Anthony, the saint is tormented by demons. It looks like science fiction, but it's not. It's a complex code. Bosch's attempt to give a prophetic warning.
In a small painting like this Ship of Fools, I think we can see more clearly how deeply serious
But he loves
an artist
boats.
Bosch was. A magical artist.
What is the-
I mean, it's full
are they,
of
like, all
humor,
eat from, like, a ball? What
but
is that
its
thing?
message is a profound one. It's that old metaphor of life as a voyage. And what does Bosch see us doing on the voyage? Wasting time, eating and drinking and fooling around, quite oblivious.
Sounds
of
like a
where
nice
our
life,
ship's
you ask
going.
me.
Drifting. It's not that they're irreligious people. After all, these two in the front are monk and nun. And although she's playing the lute and their cherries here symbols of love, you really cannot look at those aged, emaciated figures and think there's any question of sexuality going on there. They're just time wasters.
Oh.
And that's what Bosch
Some
thinks is wrong.
question. All
He
right.
wants to paint a picture
Old
that
people
makes it
can
clear
have sex too,
that
Sister
in the
Wendy.
Gothic mind,
Okay.
man is evil, ugly, prone to drift, and needs teaching. Nature beautiful, with all that glittering dew. Man not. So he paints the Ship of Fools.
Bosch himself.
Oh, they didn't let
never
Wendy on the
sailed
boat.
On the tide of world history.
Where are these videos
Never
from?
moved
I'm
his pavilion.
watching them on YouTube by John Shoebrook, but I believe they were originally on PBS.
Provincial birthplace, the town of Den Bosch, from which he took his name. While new ideas were shaking the foundations of medieval thought, Bosch,
Damn,
however
they really
bizarre
getting
and
some shots here. Oh,
extraordinary
man,
and
cool.
original his images, clung to what he knew. This was the medieval cathedral where Bosch worshipped all his life. He was the last great artist who instinctively saw the world in Gothic terms, a world of gargoyles and devils and humankind under threat. So,
Oh, it was originally
Gothic
BBC.
art
Good
went
to know.
out with Bosch like a gigantic firework exploding in the dark sky.
So this is the real
In our
church
next
episode?
program, we move
Ooh,
into
okay.
a new world, the age of Leonardo, Michelangelo,
Okay.
and the
So-
splendors of the Italian Renaissance.
Renaissance. All right. Well, great show. I freaking love Sister Wendy. She's amazing. And I love her. We gotta watch more of her stuff. Anyway, this is something of 10, but it doesn't seem like they have the last one. So we can do her Odyssey art criticism last. I don't know where the 10th one went. But I really love Sister Wendy. And I'm glad we're watching this together. I think I'm going to stick to Mondays. It won't be around next Monday because I will be going out of town. I'm really looking forward to it. But she's the one where the TikTok sound comes from. I have no idea. What's the TikTok sound? Linking to her socks found a giant thread where the artist embroidered a bodysuit. We gotta look at this. We gotta look at this. Oh my god, it's Erica. I know her. Wow, this is fun. She always is embroidering stuff. Nice. She's doing the dude who's like eating stuff and then shitting them out. He's like eating people and then shitting them out. Does she get the shit in there? Oh, she does. There's the doo-doos. Yeah. And then there's Eve sitting there, like a toad on her. The demon hugging her. Wow. She's so talented. There's all this embroidery. She's always making like cool clothes and stuff. She also makes comics. Did she do Squirrel Girl? I think maybe. Nice. She even got the vomit and shit and the big thing and the faces down there. Man, it's kind of incredible that she was able to do this with the faces. Embroidery is hard. These are so good. There are more. It's not over. Wow. Got the butt and everything. Anyway, that's great. Yeah. Erica. See? What is she making here? Something. Another demon. Anyway, I really love Sister Wendy, and we'll be back with more Sister Wendy, but tomorrow I should be, what's it called? Tomorrow I'm going to be back with more Pentiment. I believe I'm around tomorrow. I did get a notification that I maybe have a doctor's appointment, but I'm like, what? Why? Maybe it's actually going to be... Actually, no, it's maybe on the 21st, but I don't know if I have to go. Anyway, I should be around tomorrow for more Pentiment. I'm excited to be in chapter 3, see where the story goes. And then, yeah, the rest of the week's probably more of the same. And then Friday, probably no stream from my channel. Let's just say that. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I really do. Said it before, I'll say it again. I love Sister Wendy. Let's see who's streaming for us to raid. Let's raid Hungry. Easy peasy. I'll see y'all over there. Oops. From one art stream to another. Anyway, love you all. Goodbye.